This is John Groves coming to you from my home studio. For today's Bible talk, I would like to focus on the extensive description of armor that our biblical narrator supplies in our account of David and Goliath. As Goliath of Gath is introduced to us, we become aware of his size and his armor. He is a giant with formidable weapons and armor. And after David agrees to face Goliath in single combat, David is ushered in to meet King Saul. Saul is very skeptical that David can hold his own against a strong, trained, and experienced warrior like Goliath. He offers David the use of his armor, which includes a coat of mail, linked metal coils or plates that protect its user. The coat of mail benefits the user in that it is flexible and it allows the warrior to move while fighting. Goliath, too, wears a coat of mail. Our narrator describes Goliath's coat as weighing 5,000 shekels of bronze. The shekel was initially a unit of weight before it became or was recognized as currency. It is estimated that a single shekel consisted of 11 grams of weight. By this measure, we estimate that Goliath's coat of mail weighed about 121 pounds, not a light load to wear in combat. David tells Saul, after donning Saul's armor, that he cannot move, not being accustomed to wearing it. So David, confident to stand before Goliath without armor, prepares to fight with his sling and 5 smooth stones. So why does our narrator provide such an extended discussion of armor in this story? Scholars believe that the narrative is meant to convey that Saul is no longer fit to be king of Israel. In essence, we see David as the new representative of the Israelites, willing to take up the mantle of leadership and fight on their behalf. Then, if armor is a key feature in single combat, why not dispense with a description since it plays no active role in our narrative? David himself tells us, as he tells Goliath in our account, he is armed with God's presence. This more than suffices to withstand Goliath's armament. After the fight, David makes off with Goliath's armor as one of his trophies. Descriptions of armor and single combat are abundant in the literature of ancient times. From Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, and throughout the Greco-Roman world, we find extensive discussions of the armor used in combat by famous combatants. Homer's Iliad, for example, contains numerous examples. In the New Testament, we have a famous passage from Paul's letter to the Ephesians in chapter 6, where he tells his fellow Christians to put on the whole armor of God. This spiritual armor is meant to protect against the forces of evil in the heavenly places. And as we are out of time, we will return to this subject at our next Bible talk.